Book of Revelation, chapter 7.
I am not your road rat, I am not a.
Then I met Jesus and seen that the throne was. I was running with the.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the WINsdom Podcast, where we provide you with the wisdom to win in every area of life. I'm your host, Carrington Brown, aka the Fit Pastor, and today we are back with another episode. And today's topic is really going to be, it's really a fun topic for me. It's really a topic that is talked about pretty often. If you listen to any motivational speaker, if you listen to any coach, anybody that's trying to uplift, elevate, inspire, motivate, this topic is one of the most spoken about topics. And the reason why I'm talking about it today is because it's one of the questions that I talk to a lot with my clients. Like, it's always oftentimes the number one question or thing that people are in pursuit of. But also a lot of people on social media have asked me different questions about this specific topic. And the topic that I'm going to discuss today is purpose, right? So people always reach out, Carrington, how do I find my purpose? What is my purpose? Like, what has God called me to do? This, that. So it's always questions that come up about purpose. And so what I want to do today is, one, I want to give people clarity on what I believe everybody's purpose is, and then two, help you guys by providing some questions to ask yourself to position you to fulfill that purpose. And then three, I truly want to I'm going to give you some wisdom. Like, the whole thing is wisdom, but the last thing that I want to do, the last information I'll give you, that's the real wisdom for the podcast. Like, that's the real meat, right? So let's start at the beginning. So everybody wants to know, what is my purpose? What has God called me to do? What am I here for? Like, we want to know all of that. And so for me personally, with my beliefs, with my foundation, I believe that all people of the world were created and put here for the same exact purpose, right? And as a Christian, this answer is found in Matthew 28, verses 18 through 20. And they says, "Then Jesus came to them and said, 'All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore,'" and here's the purpose, "'go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am always with you to the very end of the age.'" Right? So if you ask me what your purpose is, my response is this. My response is that you were created with the purpose of going out and creating disciples among all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Like, I believe that's the purpose for all of us to be here. Like, that's why God made us in his image and likeness and put us here, so that we can build up his body, build up his kingdom. And as we're here, be the representative and ambassadors of his kingdom that he created us to be, right? So everybody asks me about purpose, but because I believe that we all have the same purpose, I don't think that's the right question to ask. I don't think that's really what people are seeking, especially if you're Christian. Like, I don't think that's the question that you should be seeking. And the right question, I believe that the right question that people really are asking without asking it is this, is what is the avenue that I'm supposed to be being used in to fulfill this purpose? Like, if we as people all have the same purpose, then how does God want me to position myself and align myself to get this done? What is going to be my career? What is going to be my job? What is going to be my business? What is going to be my nonprofit organization? Like, what is the way that I was fearfully and wonderfully made, uniquely, phenomenally, limitless? Like, how was I made, and what was I made to do to get done the purpose that I'm called to get done, right? And so that's the question that I believe that everybody truly has. Like, everybody wants to know, yes, why they're here, but more so, because when you do recognize why you're here, what is the avenue that I'm supposed to go through to get done what I'm supposed to get done, right? And so here's a couple of questions that'll help you with this. And the first one may be the most, it's probably the most important. I just have 4 questions I want to give you guys. And this is the first one. The first one is this: who am I? Who am I? When you're looking for purpose, when you're seeking purpose, when you're trying to find what is that true avenue that God called you, created you, and designed you to accomplish, to be successful, to make an impact, to change the world, like, you got to first start with, who am I? And the reason why that's so important is because if you don't know who you are, you'll never position yourself to do what you're called to do. If we don't know who we are, then what that means is we're creating a life based off of the definitions given to us by other people. And those projected definitions always come from a limited mind when we were created by a limitless God, right? So you have to get to the root of who am I? What is my makeup? What is my characteristics? What is my qualities? And a great way to find that out is read the Bible. Like, see what the Bible tells you. Like, we're made in the likeness and image of God. So what are the characteristics of God? That's in you too. Like, that same power is in you. That same creativity is in you. The ability to blow minds and to do miracles. Like, that same thing is in you, right? So you have to find out who you are. Because until you understand who you are, know who you are, walk in who you are, you won't believe that your avenue, like when you come across the avenue that you're called to fulfill your purpose, when you come across it, if you don't know who you are and you're not connected with your true identity, you won't believe that that avenue is for you because you won't see yourself as worthy enough or valuable enough or gifted enough or equipped enough to get that thing done. So when we talk about gaining understanding of the avenue that we're called to impact the world, change the world, and to really fulfill the purpose that we're all called to, it starts with who am I? And understanding, knowing, and recognizing who you are, and then walking in the truth and the confidence of that. Because all of us are created to do big, phenomenal, and great things. But in order to position yourself to complete those great things, those phenomenal callings, you have to have the confidence to go with it. And that confidence comes with knowing 100% without a doubt who you are. Right? So the first question is, who am I? Right? So the second question is this, and it really goes along with the who am I? Because once you connect with who you are, and you know who you really are, then you have to go to your mindset and your thought process, and you have to ask yourself this question. You have to ask yourself, what do I believe about myself that is not alignment with who I truly am? What do I believe about myself that is not in true alignment with who I am? And the reason why that is so important is because, so I'm a believer in the law of attraction, right? Which says in life, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And the reason why I believe that is because the Bible says you reap what you sow, right? So whatever seeds you plant, they're going to grow, and that's what you're going to get back. If you plant an apple seed, you're going to get apples. If you plant an orange seed, you're going to get orange, right? So because the law of attraction is basically rooted in the Bible, came from the Bible, that's why I believe in it, right? And so because I believe in you don't attract or get in life what you want, you get what you are. If you're learning and growing yourself and reaching the point where you understand your true identity, but you're not going through the process of renewing your mind and reconstructing your thought process to believe these things about you and to see yourself as this, you will continue to walk in the actions, the thought processes, the beliefs, the philosophies, the characteristics, and the qualities that reflect who you think you are rather than who you truly are. Right? So you have to ask yourself, what do I believe about myself that is not in alignment with who I truly am? Because if you don't figure that out and you don't handle that, that's just going to cause you to be in dysfunction because of the disconnect between your truth and what you believe, right? So boom, third question is this. And this is one of the questions that really help you find out, what is my gift? What is my avenue? What is easy for me to do but difficult for others, right? So prime example, me. I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, so I do a whole lot of talking. I've been getting in trouble. In school suspension, suspended from school, detention, kicked out of class, all that type of stuff. Whoopings in class. I've been getting in trouble for talking too much since I was in pre-K, right? And it's because talking was natural to me. Like speaking always came natural for me, and it was so easy. When the opportunity came, I think it was elementary school to be a part of a play and to stand in front of the auditorium with the people and be with all the other kids and talk in front. When it came to that, and they asking people, hey, who wants to do this? Who wants to speak that? Let me do it. Why? Because I'm not nervous. I ain't scared. I ain't worried. Let me do it. This is easy for me. And it blows my mind when I think about the fact that, hey, public speaking is the number one fear, and it's the easiest thing for me to do. That's your signal that, hey, this is your thing. This is your gift. This is what you've called to do. So now you have to, one, thank God for giving you that gift. Two, begin to cultivate that gift. And then three, give that gift away to the world, right? So you have to ask yourself, what's easy for me to do that's difficult for others? Because that's your giftedness, right? That's where your gifting is. And so the last question is this, and this question is big to me because this question really helped me find out not where what my avenue is and what I'm supposed to do, but more so what is it that I'm called to impact? Like, what specific area am I called to help impact and change the world? And this is why it's so important to get the answer to this question, because there are millions of ways to be of service, to help people, to impact people, to inspire people. Like, there are millions of ways to do that. But if you're not doing it in the way that you're called to do it or you're gifted to do it, you will have an impact, but not to the capacity that you have the ability to do or that you're called to do it in, right? So this is that question for me that really helped. Like, it really helped me to really get clarity on, hey, this is my area. Like, this is my space. Like, let me kill this space. Like, this is my thing. And this is the question: what do you hate most about the world and the people in it? I know that might be crazy. That might sound crazy. But what do you hate most about the world and the people in it? And so for me, when I ask myself that question, what I hate most about the world and the people in it is the fact that people don't love themselves. People don't love themselves. They don't have the confidence within themselves to go pursue the life that they want and desire for themselves. Therefore, they pursue a life less than they're created to truly live because it's more comfortable and it's more convenient. God told me about 2 years ago, I'm tired of my people living less than lives. I created them to live phenomenal lives with joy, peace, love, and happiness all day long. Like, that's what I created them to do. But because they're not connecting themselves with me, because they're not coming to me as their mirror for their identity, for their affirmation, and they're getting it from the world, they're being lied to on a consistent basis. And that's causing them to believe that they are limited individuals and they don't have the ability or the capacity to get done the phenomenal things that I've called them to get done, right? Because that's my issue. That's why I work with relationships. And that's why, as a relationship coach, I work with the relationship with the source, which is God, the relationship with yourself, which is you, and then the relationship with other people. Because once you get your relationship right with God and you're pursuing Him and you're going after Him the way you're supposed to, you will begin to see yourself like He sees you. You'll begin to connect with your true identity and then walk in the belief of that identity. Once you do that, that positions you to fall in love with yourself. When you love yourself, confidence comes with that. Standards and expectations come with that. So when you love yourself, you won't allow yourself to pursue or go after a less than life because you will know, hey, I'm better than that. I'm deserving of more than that. And so because I'm deserving of more than that, I'm going to pursue more than that. Because I deserve it, and not only me deserve it, the people I'm going to impact deserve it, and then the generations that come after me, they deserve it as well. They deserve the domino effect of it. So asking myself the question of, hey, Carrington, what do you hate most about the world and the people in it? Like, that directed me to being a speaker, to being a relationship coach. My wife and I helping people and teaching people and training people, hey, this is how you date properly. This is how you deal with conflict in a relationship. This should be the perspective going in a relationship. This should be the foundation of your relationship. Like, that positioned us to be able to do what we're doing now because we said we have a problem with this. A part of it because we went through it, but we see the effects of it on generation after generation after generation, and we believe we're called to do something about it. Matter of fact, we know we're called to do something about it, and we're doing something about it. So those are the 4 questions that help you position yourself and obtain clarity truly about what avenue you're called to dominate and to impact lives and to fulfill your purpose, and then also the specific, topics or area that you're supposed to do it in, right? So these are the 4 questions again. Who am I? Right? You have to know who you are. What do I believe about myself that is not in alignment with who I am? Right? Handle that disconnect so you don't be in dysfunction. What is easy for me to do, but difficult for others not to do? Answering this question is going to locate your gift for you and show you where your giftedness is, right? And the last question is this: what do you hate most about the world and the people in it? That's going to show you and reveal to you, hey, I have an issue with this. So this is the field, the area, the arena that I need to go and attack so I can do something about that and I can change that thing, right? So that's the help. Right? That's the help. Getting these questions that'll help you get clarity on the avenue that you're called to and what you're supposed to do and the way that you're supposed to walk in your giftedness to fulfill the purpose. Right now, here goes the wisdom. I told y'all at the end the wisdom was gonna come. Now, this is the wisdom, right? So it's 3 things. I'm just gonna touch on them real quick, but they all go together, right? So I want to talk real quick about seasons, skills, and then purpose, right? So seasons, skills, and purpose. So seasons are temporary moments. Skills are abilities, right? Or equipping, right? To be equipped with something, right? And then purpose is what you were created for. As people, because we focus so much on purpose, we delay us walking in fulfillment of our purpose because we overlook the fact that we as people have to be equipped for our purpose and the process of doing that. Right? So when we realize what our purpose is, we come across, hey, this is my gift. I'm gifted in this area. I'm gifted to do this. I'm gifted to do that. We then fast forward our perspective and mind to, okay, I need to be full-time doing this. I need to be full-time doing that. Like, my life needs to look like this. I need to leave my job. I need to leave this, separate from this, so I can be in my purpose. And we're trying to move too fast. We're trying to rush the process of purpose, right? But what we have to understand is that you walking in purpose is pointless if you're not equipped to handle it or to steward it properly, right? You walking in your giftedness and you reaching a point of having a platform that impacts or touches hundreds, thousands, millions. That's pointless if you don't have the character to go with that. If you don't have the personality to go with that, the consistency, the discipline, the willingness to sacrifice to go along with it, right? And so now let's back up. Purpose is important, but purpose is the last thing. Purpose is the final fulfillment. So what we need to do as people is focus less on fulfilling my purpose, right? And getting to that as fast as possible, and focus more on what season am I in, right? We have to focus on what season am I in. And this is why. Because the skills that are necessary for you to thrive in your purpose, you get equipped with those in seasons. As you experience different moments in life, as you experience different times in life, different friendships, different relationships, different jobs, different careers, each of those seasons are growing, developing, training, and equipping you with something necessary to help you thrive and steward properly the purpose and the giftedness and the platform that you were created to walk in, right? And so what we have to do is we have to stop focusing so much on the end goal of the purpose and ask ourselves, hey, what season am I in? And what skill is this season equipping and growing and developing in me to position me for my purpose? Yeah, I'm at a job right now and I hate my job and I can't stand my job because they want me to do this and they want me to do that and they micromanage this, that, and the other. Well, wait a minute. Let me step back. If I believe I'm called to be a business owner, then it's important for me to meet deadlines and to be super organized. My manager is micromanaging me to make sure that I'm organized and that I'm meeting deadlines. Because when they gave me the opportunity to not be micromanaged, I didn't meet my deadlines because I was organized. So now I'm starting to see that this micromanagement is necessary for me to develop in myself the discipline and consistency necessary to be organized and to fulfill whatever obligations or complete assignments in the proper timing, because there is a proper timing and a deadline that I have for this assignment. So your season right now is equipping you with something needed so for you to thrive in the future, in your next season, in your really walking in your giftedness and in your purpose, right? So beautiful people, that's all I want to talk to y'all about today. Purpose is important, but the way that you get to purpose, yes, you have to ask yourself questions. Yes, you have to know who you are. Yes, you have to know, hey, what do I believe about myself that don't align with my truth? Yes, you have to know, hey, what is easy for me to do but difficult for others to do? Yes, you have to know, what do you hate most about the world and the people in it? Yes, you have to understand that, hey, at the foundation of it, your whole entire purpose is to go out and create disciples among all nations and baptize them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Yes, all of that is important. But you can't get to fulfilling that purpose if you don't take advantage of your present season and growing the skills that it is cultivating in you for you to be able to thrive in your purpose. Beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the WINsdom Podcast. Once again, I'm coming to you every week, baby, on every Wednesday, right? If you like what you heard today, like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell somebody about it, right? If you don't follow me on social media, stop playing. I'm at The Fit Pastor on all social media platforms. If you have a question, a comment, a concern about anything, man, shoot me an email at info@thefitpastor.com, or you can just write it in the comment section below. If you haven't taken advantage of your free 15-minute consultation, click the link in the description box below, and let's truly start to begin putting in that work necessary to grow us, mold us, shape us, and equip us with the necessary tools and understanding and perspective needed to create the life for ourselves that we desire and deserve. All right, beautiful people? Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode once again. I look forward to speaking with you guys next week. But until then, y'all be blessed.